I found months of secret texts between my partner and a mutual friend, where she criticized me and they planned to sleep together just to cause me pain. So, I packed my things and left while she was at work. This is devastating. We've been together for nearly 8 years, building a life together. Here's the situation. I did something risky that couples should approach cautiously. I checked her phone. I discovered a series of troubling messages from a mutual friend who now lives out of state. At first, I wanted to leave immediately, but I decided to give her a chance to come clean. I gave her 3 chances to admit the truth. The first time I was vague, asking if there was someone else. She denied it outright. I thought I was prepared for her to lie, but it hurt more than I expected. In the next 2 conversations, I got more specific, pressing for honesty. Finally, she admitted the friend had texted her and flirted, but she said she wasn't interested, though she didn't tell him to stop. The early messages didn't clearly show her participating in the flirtation, but I didn't fully believe her. I wanted to trust her because we've built so much over 8 years. But I couldn't let it go, so I looked through her phone again. That's when I found everything, messages that shattered me. Worse, she insulted me to him, saying things that cut deeply. I know my faults and where I could have been better in our relationship, but I tried every day. For her to speak about me like that to someone else, it broke me. Right now, I'm waiting for her to get up and head to work. Once she's gone, I'm packing what I can and going to a friend's place. I don't know what's next. I've spent 8 years on this relationship, and now I'm walking away. I've drafted a note on my phone that I'll write out for her after she leaves. It says everything I need to say, how much this hurts, how she caused this, and that she needs to remember she ruined what we had. If she ever thinks we can fix this, she needs to know the depth of my pain. I'm scared, lost, and dreading this, but I know I have to do it. Deep down, I believe things will get better, but right now, this is hell. Fuck all of this. Edit 1, she's up now, getting ready for work. She tried to kiss me and apologized for tossing and turning all night, saying she knew it kept me up. I'm getting a lot of pushback on the letter idea. When she leaves, I'm gonna pack and mull it over again. But I'll say this, if I decide to write it and it ends up being a mistake, then so be it. It felt nice to at least draft it out on my phone. Made things more real so I can convince myself more that I have to leave. Edit 2, she just left for work. I'm going to shower and let myself have a good cry, then pack my stuff. Lots of people are saying to straight ghost her, and lots are saying a short and to the point note instead of a letter. I'm gonna contemplate that in the shower. She kept saying I love you, and I was reluctant to say it back. She said it 3 times, and I kind of grumbled it out once. I'm certain once she reaches work she'll text me about that. I'm not going to respond to her while she's at work. She won't be home till probably 8 tonight. Edit 3, I'm packing up now. Cats seem to know something is up because they won't leave me alone. Honestly breaks my heart. I've been mulling the letter over. I reread it a few times. And I've decided on a short note just laying out that I know and I'm leaving. Essentially something like I left. I know about you and him. Insert what I read and saw. I'm so utterly disappointed in you. I won't be answering my phone and I wish for you not to contact me. At some point we'll get together to discuss logistics. Also, I am reading everyone's comments. If I didn't reply, I'm sorry. To the people that have commented about going through something similar, I am so sorry you're going through this as well. I don't know what you'll be able to glean from my situation, but I hope something here and all of this helps y'all as well. Edit 4. I'm pretty much packed with what I can get out right now. Obviously, there's a lot more. I'm writing the note and then leaving. I'll need to find food after I drop off what I have. This may be the last update since she won't be off till later tonight, but I'll respond to y'all when I can. Gives me something to do. Edit 5. I'm at my friend's place. She's giving me the lay of the land. People have been talking about taking the cat. Currently, that's not an option. Friend has 3 and a dog. My cats are spoiled and hate anyone that isn't her, and I'm not worried she'd do anything to them. If anything, she's gonna want them around if she does get upset. Not that she deserves that, but it is what it is. Thank you everyone for the kind words and the advice. I'll respond to some of you again here soon. Someone asked me about my work. I work in equine care. It's actually really cool. I love my job and I love being there. So once I start going back in a few days, it'll be a really good distraction. In a bit, I'm going to get food and maybe walk around downtown and goof off. Also, my friend reminded me she's going out of town next week for a week. So I'll have the place to myself. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, but hey, she'll have someone to watch her animals while she's gone, so there's that. I know I have a lot of figuring out to do, but I literally just left. Oh, and someone else mentioned they hope I find things to do to make myself happy. I had plans before all of this to go to the usual brewery with some friends tomorrow. Initially, I was gonna call some of them and tell what's going on and I need space, but thinking about it more, it actually sounds like the perfect distraction. Got food, bonded with my friend, and might talk to a couple of others soon. So I'm sorry I haven't been replying. It's gonna take a while to go through all the messages and comments, but what I've seen so far I wanna say for the umpteenth time. Thank you, y'all. Final update. Okay, this is my last update. Apparently, I used a word that y'all folks like to use, but it was used to describe me, so whatever. I'm still trying to go through all the comments, but I saw some people had questions I'll do my best to address. The friend is, well, a friend. I don't know what else to say on that. There's nothing there. A guy and a girl can be friends and that's it. If this is weird for you guys, then I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know if this is gonna be a straight move in. I'm still figuring things out. Some people have said I'm no better than her in 8 years, and not being married was already a bad sign and etc. Well, I guess so. Like, clearly this relationship isn't working out. Look what it led to. If that's my fault or her fault or whatever, it is the situation I'm in. And on the note of what it led to, a lot of people asked me what exactly was said or done. I realize I kept it vague, and I suppose it was cause I felt weird typing it out. But I don't mind telling you guys what I can. As far as I know, she hasn't actually cheated or slept with him. They messaged flirtatious things, calling each other hot, sexy, etc., and there's some pictures but no nudes. But the recent thing I found, and I'll touch on the going through the phone thing next, it was messages about wanting to sleep together. Straight up. That they missed a chance because of me. But and this for me is the kicker, he apparently wants to make a fool of me, and she seemed into it. They wanted to have sex and have me know they did, which is why I don't think they have yet. On the going through the phone thing, I know it was dumb. I know what I did. I don't advocate, but it is how I found out about all of this. I just had suspicions that something was going on with someone, so it did that for me. Would I tell the next person to go through their partner's phone? I don't know. Probably not. I'd tell them if they find something it'll hurt, cause this fucking hurts. And if they don't, then they breach the trust and privacy of their partner for nothing, and that in and of itself is a weird situation. I don't know, folks. Does that help anyone? Should I elaborate more? Update 1. So we had our talk last night. I got back and she tried to crack a couple of jokes like things were normal. I started it off and told her that I loved her, and I had for the nearly 8 years we were together, but this is something I can't forget or forgive. I told her I knew everything said between them. It disgusted me, that it hurt, deeply, and that she did that. Now, I told her I didn't believe I'd be okay because of this for a long time. That's half true. This will of course take plenty of healing, but I know I'll be okay. Now for her side, she told me that none of this had to do with me. None of it was my fault. It was all her mistake, her fuck up. She had been feeling unhappy just about life for a while. She felt stuck in life and aimless. Then this guy, an ex-friend, came along and gave her attention, and it distracted her from how unhappy she was with how her life was. But then it started to progress to a point she didn't know what to do. None of what she said she meant to him. She said it because she knew he wanted to hear it. That it almost didn't seem real to her. It almost felt like a game. I told her it was real to me, that she still said those things, that she can't take that back or undo it. She told me she never intended to hurt me. That's been the hardest thing for her, because she knew I treated her better than anyone else will. That I'm the only person who had and will put up with her bullshit. She told me I really did treat her better than she deserved. This relationship is officially over though. I know there's probably more I wish I could have said, but my real takeaway is that I can let go of it, move on, and start to live a new chapter of my life. I haven't told her this yet. I'm going to Monday, but I have an opportunity on a new place with a coworker. Their roommate leaves in a few months, so that gives me time to save and get some of my life back in order. I have a lot of work ahead of me, a lot of things to figure out. As plenty of people have pointed out, this will be the first time in confirmation time that I'll be financially and personally independent. I'll only have me to worry about. That's something that'll ache some work. But I'm going to welcome the challenge and spend as much time as I can trying to be who I am more than ever. I also want to say from the bottom of my heart, sincerely, thank you to everyone that took the time to read and respond in the last post. This has been and will continue to be one of the hardest things I've gone through. But you guys have been so amazingly gracious with your advice. I will always remember this and the kindness of random strangers on this silly little website. Update 2. Hey, sorry I haven't updated in a long time. First things first, I'm sick. Going to the doctor Monday. Think I have an ulcer in my stomach, not sure. So I've been dealing with that. But as far as everything else, moving into my new place in about a week. Talk with X on and off. Wouldn't say things are friendly okay, but we're being civil. There's nothing really for us to talk about anymore, so it's been like once a week something random. We had lunch a couple weeks ago, and she opened up a lot. She has growing to do, I do too of course, and she's not doing anything with that guy, just wants to focus on herself and bettering herself. Until this past week being too sick to go out, I've been hanging out with friends and goofing off. Tried to brave a small concert the other day but almost threw up while I was there. I've been meaning to make an update and I'm sorry I haven't folks. Things are all right. I've got things going for me. Been basically focusing on that. Budgeting, making various lists of things I need and things I want to do. I'm getting 2 paid vacations this year and just generally figuring out my life. Second story. Misunderstanding over a surprise gift. I was making secret videos as a surprise gift for my boyfriend before my 2-week work trip. But when he came home early and caught me, he thought I was cheating on him and stormed out of our apartment. So, a little backstory here. I am an attorney who is doing well enough in my career, huzzah, that I get to go appear at a flurry of expert and witness depositions for an upcoming trial on my own for the first time. It involves a 2-week traveling stint with lots of flights, driving, busy days, and exhausting nights. It's the first time I will be away from my boyfriend for longer than a day since we've gotten together because, you know, job things. I've known this was coming for months and so did boyfriend. We also live together and have done so for a little over a year now. I'm leaving next Monday. I decided that I wanted to do something a little special for boyfriend. Let's call him Logan. While he's been in night class for the last few weeks, I took to my laptop/phone and decided to make some sexy videos for him. We're both highly sexual people and very affectionate. I wanted to give him some extra spank bank material while I'm working, essentially incommunicado, for 2 weeks. This was also potentially spawned due to the fact that I grew up sexually repressed and have just recently within the last few months learned how to really orgasm and masturbate. I am proud. I was excited for my authenticity. I'm being adventurous. I was working on video number 5, Showerhead Fun. I was doing my thing at 5:45 p.m. with plenty of time before Logan's lab let out at 8:30 p.m. I didn't hear the front door open, but Logan sure heard me making noise. His lab had let out early. I left the bathroom door open to keep it from getting too steamy, so he rounded the corner and saw me, naked in front of the webcam rocking the detachable shower head. Naturally, he freaked out and cried out, "What are you doing?" I dropped the shower head and slammed the laptop shut in fright, which I assume made it look even more sketchy. He stormed out of the bathroom and down the hall, picked up his bag ready to leave when I slid down the hallway in his tracks without even grabbing a towel. I told him to let me explain it is no way as bad as it looks. I wasn't camming with anyone, I was making videos for him. Logan shouted at me that it was the stupidest excuse he had ever heard. This response was just out of character for him. He's such a nice, calm, loving man. We have had a perfect 2 years together and have never fought. Neither of us have raised our voices, and any disagreement we have had has been resolved swiftly with actual adult discussion. He stormed out of our apartment, and I have yet to hear from him. I've tried calling and texting him, leaving him crying and pleading voicemails to try to tell him what I was really doing, but he hasn't budged. I'm just sitting here at home terrified, and I have no idea what to say or do at this point. Reddit, what in the hell do I do to fix this? Comment response, drunker clunker. Yikes. This is a tough one. I'm not sure there's any way to prove to him that you weren't being shady. On one hand, it would be nice if he trusted you enough to not jump to the worst conclusion, but I can see how catching you getting freaky in front of the laptop wouldn't look great. So, shit, I don't know. Maybe offer to let him go through your phone/internet history and such, but even then he'll probably think, well, she just already deleted everything. Here's a question. Did you do anything in the videos that might indicate it was for him? Like saying his name, for instance. Op reply. Oop, I can totally see why walking in on it and catching a snapshot of the situation can look really, really bad. He's never shown any indication of jealousy or distrust before. We're both very mellow and chill with each other. I truly don't blame him for his initial in-the-moment reaction. I'm going to go through the videos now to see if I've done anything like what you suggested. That's a great idea. I've been doing this for a couple of weeks now, and I don't remember off of the top of my head. I also just texted him. Hey Logan, I know I've been flooding you with messages, but I am really distraught about this, and I don't want to lose you over this. This is the last message I'll send. I want you to be able to cool off and not feel pressured by me. Please believe me when I say that the videos, yes, videos, are for you. I've been secretly recording them for a few weeks now for you to have while I'm out of town for work. My Facebook info is X. My email password is X. My ATT info is X, for him to check my phone records, and you are more than welcome to come get my laptop and view the history. I know this is ridiculous, but I am willing to do whatever it takes for you to believe me. Update. It's been over 24 hours since this whole clusterfuck began, and I haven't really been able to reply all day. I'm blown away by the response from my original thread. I never expected over 200 comments with a variety of different perspectives. I started replying to more comments this evening, but I figure it would be easier to just update everyone at once. Some FAQs. Did you say his name in any of the videos? Did you have any introduction, or are you just awkwardly jumping into it? No firm name usage. I did have intros that used generic pet names, baby, sexy, and the like. Nothing that specifically cements the fact that it was made for him. However, I did find something that stood out in one of my videos. More on that in a bit. How would he know you were on your webcam? I'm not sure how long he was standing there. I might not have seen him right away. I have a MacBook Pro that has a built-in camera, so there's nothing attached to the top or plugged in. I can't say for certain, but I presume he saw the screen. My bathroom setup is weird where there are 2 entry doors. Why did you slam the laptop closed? My initial thought was, oh my God, I'll ruin the surprise. It was a gut reaction. It was stupid. I should have paused and reacted better. Are you being a sneaky lawyer and laying the bait expecting Logan to discover this thread? As far as I know, Logan doesn't actively use Reddit. He never mentions it. I never say, hey, check out this thing on Reddit. And he never does the same. I've never seen a flash of anything resembling Reddit if I happen to see a screen. So maybe he does use it, maybe he doesn't. I plan on deleting these posts fairly quickly because it's humiliating. Has Logan ever been cheated on? I can't say for certain. He's discussed his exes in the past, and reasons for their breakup never specifically included cheated. He never said he has, but he never has said he hasn't. I'll follow up with this. Anyhow, here's how the last 24 hours have been. I went to bed last night tossing around the possibility of calling in sick the following day to throw myself a pity party. However, I ended up going to work today but progressively felt worse throughout the morning as I did not receive any contact from Logan. However, as I mentioned in my previous post comment section, I texted Logan last night with what I perceived to be a very thoughtful explanation with login information to my social media, email, etc. I expected to be pinged right away that someone logged into my Facebook and email, but the pinged text/email never came. By about 11:45, I was feeling so awful that I was preparing to pack up and go home for the day. I received a call from the receptionist saying that I had to sign for a delivery from Jimmy John's right before noon. I was confused because I definitely didn't order any lunch. I asked her if she was sure it was for me and not another attorney with the same first name as me. She confirmed that it was me and I came down to get my food. Sure enough, Jimmy John's for me. I tentatively tossed around the idea of texting Logan and saying, "Thank you for the lunch," but debated on whether or not sending him another text was a wise idea. I went back upstairs, and by the time I got back to my desk, I already had to text myself from Logan. "Hey, I'm sorry for my reaction last night. I should have heard you out instead of storming out like that. We've been together for 2 years and you've never given me a reason to distrust you. I honestly think the videos are a little weird. I'm not sure why it just doesn't sit right with me, although I appreciate the thought. I always love how you try to surprise me and show you care, but this is kind of a big thing, and I wish you would have talked to me about it. I want to hear your side of the story, specifically now that I've had time to think and process. I shouldn't have taken the time to think in the way that I did, but I know you're smart enough to know how this looks from my perspective. I'm really freaked out about the possibilities and just need some reassurance, I guess. I'll be home at 9 o'clock tonight and I don't want to talk about it right away. I just want to be with you. Can we talk about this tomorrow?" Without regurgitating the entire conversation, innocuous fluff not relevant to the issue, just exchanging niceties, saying I love you, etc. I ended the conversation by thanking him for the lunch surprise. It was very sweet, and told him I would never do anything to hurt him, and I look forward to working through this with him. This evening I went through the 2 videos I didn't watch last night. I tried going through them last night, but A, they're awkward as fuck in retrospect, so it was painful to watch knowing what I know now, and B, I just wanted to go to bed. The second video I ever made did have something distinct to Logan. I was wearing a pair of lingerie he bought me, and said something like, "You still like these, right? Remember when you bought them for my birthday last year?" So when we talk tomorrow, I'll at least be able to show him that. I don't believe it's airtight by any means, but it's the second video, meaning it's old, showing I've been doing this for a few weeks, and I think, well, surely it can't make it worse. So that's where I'm at. I'm CSD, so it's about 8:30-ish now, so Logan will be home soon. I just wanted to update those that were following along, and it helped organize my thoughts too. Thank you to everyone who commented and provided me with perspective, advice, and occasionally laughed at my jokes. Here's to hoping I have something positive to share later. So, what are your thoughts on this story? Do you agree with what happened, or do you see it differently? Let us know your opinion in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any of our upcoming stories. See you in the next one.